What's shaking, Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another Madden 19 Ultimate Team gameplay video today. Let's try to hit 200 likes. Is that too much? It might be too much. I don't know. Let's try to hit 200 likes on this gameplay video. And you may notice this is obviously from the stream, but I know, about 100 people, a couple hundred people watch the stream. So more people obviously watch the YouTube videos. So I feel like you guys might want to see me actually play the game. And since I don't play it too much, I might as well, show you this. Because it is the House Rules event, Blitz event. We did just have one where we went 6-0. And you're probably like, why are you running this again? Why are you playing it again? 20 trophies, 40,000 coins is actually pretty solid, in my opinion. Plus, you get those wins, which I think are a lot easier than seasons. So, that's nice as well to stack up those wins for those objectives. Because I don't play online too much, so it does make it a little bit easier that way. But the 20 trophies for 6 wins, I think is still pretty solid. So I think it is worth it. You see this guy, we already got to quit 1-0, just like that. He turned off his Xbox, rage quit. But if you're looking for a more, if you're more of a competitive guy and you want to see a very, very competitive game, I'm going to direct you down below. There is a video, not on my channel, which I think is, you're not supposed to ever do this, but Scumbag Throne put a video out, me versus him. You see me just blow it up right there. And that was also on this stream as well. If you missed that game, it was actually a very good game. It's probably the best game we've ever played against each other. Usually we're very, very sloppy, and we were sloppy at times for sure. And his first half was very sloppy, and my second half, spoilers, was sloppy. But overall, I think the entertainment and just the game, it was very competitive, I think is good. And he's a very good player, obviously. If you don't know, he is a good player, and I'm a solid player, I think. I'm okay. So it's a good game. So check it out. Even though I'm not supposed to probably ever do that as a YouTube content creator, I don't think you're ever supposed to tell people to go to a different channel. Oops. Do it after this video. After you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. And then you can watch the whole thing a few times. And then go. But let's actually talk about it. I got a lot of time to talk about what we're doing. So I want to talk about my offense and my defense. Exactly what I'm doing. No, I'm not gonna hide anything. All right. So defense. Defense is pretty meta. Offense is clearly anti-meta. So defense, I'm running, you see we just gassed them with crossfire on 4th and 6, and thankfully, even though it was close. So I'm running 4-3 odd, which I generally don't run crossfire. That's just, I mix it in once or twice a game, just if I feel like it's a big, a long distance, maybe 4th down. I haven't sent it all game. Even though it's clear that I'm sending pressure, it can definitely throw them off if I don't run it every single play. So I just like to mix it in sometimes, but I'm running 4-3 odd, as you see. I don't know why I took so long to see that, but I'm on conservative, okay? So I'm not going to fumble. Defense, okay. 4-3 odd, put safeties at linebackers. Multiple D is the only thing you can do that for. So you put safeties at linebackers, except one. You can do 2 out of 3. So you have 1 linebacker, 2 safeties in the box. And then you also have your safeties, of course, in your corners and such. So you have that. You come out in 4-3 odd, and then you audible to 4-3 normal, and that gets you safeties as well, and obviously your safeties are already on the field, and now you got pretty good coverage, right? And then you crash up. That's basically it. And then I spy my left defensive tackle. If you flip your play, it would be the right defensive tackle. So that's all there is to it. And then you can run any play out of it. It will get pretty good pressure, and it's obviously very, very good coverage, which is why it's I missed that. I didn't know what button it was. I'm still a little, trying to figure out. I didn't know. I was waiting to see what button it was for that. But that's all I'm running on defense. And depending on what your opponent's doing, then that's when you mix in crossman. That's why 4-3 normal is so good. Demaryius Thomas. You don't see him on YouTube. Who else is using Demaryius Thomas? Tell me. Who's using him? He's actually pretty good on an all-Texan, 50 out of 50 Texas team. Another QB sneak for a touchdown. Is that 3 already in this game? Was that all 3? At least 2 of them. But I think it might have been all 3. So that's what you run on defense, and it's pretty meta, but it is really good. And crossman, you can cross-man your safeties, so you can man up a free safety all the way across the field, a strong safety all the way across the field, and that will completely shut down crossers pretty much. It's really, really good. So if you're struggling against crossers, think about 4-3 normal. I would recommend coming out 4-3 odd and then audibling to 4-3 normal, just because that gives you more ability to play coverage. And you see this, another, what in the world kind of throw is that on 4th and 4? But you can also man up your safeties as well that are in the box. So you don't just have to man up your safeties. You can man up your, well, they're still safeties, but the ones that are in the box, you can man those up as well. So, okay, that's the defense. Not much else to it. Hopefully that made sense. Offensively, send out my blocks there. Offensively is the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. Kansas City Chiefs bunch quads, gun bunch quads, and there's only 6 plays in the playbook, so you're like, if you keep seeing the same stuff, one, I do kind of switch up. I have elite specialists out in the field, so I do change up my routes a little bit, but it's only 6 plays, so yeah, it's going to look like a lot of the same plays, of course, because there's only 6 of them, but the big thing, the reason why I did gun bunch quads is because it's the only formation, the only playbook in the entire game that has it. It's a very unique formation. You get 4 wide receivers on one side, or 4 receivers, I'll say. One's a running back, or I guess it depends on which side you're on, but you have 1 running back, 3 wide receivers, and a tight end. If you want, you can come out in, I don't remember what formation it is, but you can come out in a different formation and do halfback, fullback switch, or something like that, and it will put your tight end, if you put your tight end at fullback, when you do that formation, you can actually get your tight end at running back, and then you can audible to this formation, and that allows you to get 2 tight ends and 3 wide receivers. So if you don't want a running back out there, there's actually a way to get that as well if you come out in a different formation, which, again, I don't think I really need to go over that too much. I should have high pointed that. Really good lurk. I didn't think he could get there, so I didn't even bother high pointing, because why high point when you got an easy touchdown? It wasn't. Great user by him. Easily could have high pointed for a touchdown, though. Looking back, I should have high pointed. I was just didn't think he could get there, you know? It's a mistake. I make mistakes sometimes, you know? A lot of times. Bad use. Well, talk about mistakes. That was so bad. Cut that play out. That was so bad. But yeah, gun bunch quads. The reason why I run gun bunch quads is because it is anti-meta. So it is the complete opposite of my defense. If you run my defense against gun bunch quads, you will get destroyed. Somebody in a decent gun bunch quads will absolutely destroy crash up defense pressure. It will absolutely destroy it. QB draw, which you notice I run a lot, QB draw and QB sneak too, is absolutely lethal against crash up. It will absolutely, so if you see somebody crashing up, all you have to do is really look at the other defensive tackle that they're not putting in a spy and see if he kind of loops around. If you see that, QB draw them. They will stop doing it, or you're just going to completely destroy them. The worst case is sometimes you'll get them where they, maybe they blow it up and you don't get any yards, or only get a couple yards. But it's almost, I feel like it's almost 10 yards every time. And if they don't have a good user, as long as you follow your blocks, maneuver around the line, you could be gone for 6 if you got a good, fast quarterback. So it's really, really good. And it's not one of those things that, unfortunately, we're outside the 20 there, so it's only a 6-point touchdown. But it's not one of those things that takes advantage of falling forward, though it obviously helps getting a few extra yards sometimes, but it's one of those things that is still going to be good even when they get rid of that. Boye can we just talk about how good this Boye, why is he all over the place? It probably has more to do with my scheme, but he's always intercepting the ball. This guy also, I want to mention, he is running the Arizona Cardinals playbook. He came in the chat and he's like, this is a new playbook. There's a 12-point touchdown since we're between the 10 and 20. So he is a 6-game winner. He went 6-0. He was doing it again, trying out this new playbook. And I feel a little bit bad because obviously I'm running meta defense and he's running this Arizona Cardinals offense that he's never ran before. So that does make it a little bit more difficult. But obviously we played well offensively there as well. He was one that was crashing up at the beginning. We got him out of that. Then he couldn't get pressure on me, and obviously then I passed the ball. And if you have good route combos, it's going to make them really hard to defend. So that is the offense. Now I will say this: if you are facing, I faced scumbag TT23 Throne. We'll call him Throne now. So I faced him, and he was sending 6 all game. And it does make it hard. You got to be quick to your reads. You got to know your reads. You got to have one quick read, and if that's not there, second one. You got to be really confident with your reads to be able to face a good 6-man heat, because it's really tough to pick up 6-man pressure in general. But if they're running like meta stuff, or they're running stuff that just overall, it doesn't even have to be meta, but if it's if you send 6, a lot of times it's going to come through, right? Even if you block 7, it's a lot of times really difficult to pick up. And if you can only block 6, which you could block 7 if you motion somebody over, which I don't think you see this in this gameplay, but when I was facing him, I did block 7 sometimes. But you can block 7, and it does pick it up pretty well. But then I do think the formation is much, much stronger. I think it's one of those formations that gun bunch, I think, there's some good routes that you can get away with only sitting 3 on the field. I don't think gun bunch quads. I think you're really not... There's no reason to run gun bunch quads. As you see, we completely miss our read. Thankfully, though, he went for the lurk, so it actually worked out really well, and then I'm just one-cutting all over the place for whatever reason. But if you're going to block 7, you might as well just run a different formation. So I would recommend, if you're facing 6-man heat, to probably run a different formation, or, just practice getting a couple good quick reads. I know he's going to throw that I knew it, so I'm ready for it. Just trying to bait it, which that is exactly what we did. So 6-man heat, not great against it. Against a good 6-man heat, unless you got a couple quick reads. And I still need to work on that for sure. So we got a 10-0 lead here. Unfortunately, I guess I was outside the 10. You see we hit Y there. Ag, because ag is amazing. Not that was really anything crazy. It wasn't really glitchy at all. But you just ag it. It's pretty safe. Make sure you don't throw a pick there. And obviously cut in front of it. Touchdown 17-0. And this game is all but over, it appears. J.J. Watt coming through. And you see he has 4 sacks. So again, all I'm doing is crashing up and audibling from 4-3 odd to 4-3 normal. It's a very easy thing to set up. If you're looking for a way to stop it that's not QB draw, that's the thing that I'm running right now. Like, I'm anti-meta, right? And you're facing it and you're like, this loop and stuff is annoying. You can slide to that side of the loop. You may need to ID the other side. I'm not sure if he comes through, but I don't really worry about it as much because I just run QB draw until they stop doing it. Is that a scumbag move? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm having fun. I'm having fun QB drawing. I don't know if that's kind of scumbaggy. As you see, we got a 12-point touchdown because this is house rules. But I'm having a good time doing it. So maybe that does make me a scumbag. And Whitney Merciless falls over. I tried to catch my feet. He fell over so fast. Gets up. Still didn't get touched. That was very unlucky for him. You could tell this game. His highest overall was a 98. And though my overall is a 95, I just want to put into perspective. Not that I should probably tell you this because I want to tell you how great I am at this game. Pretty much everybody on my field is a 99 overall. So the only guys that are not 99 are Le'Veon Bell and I want to say Michael Thomas. I think everybody else that generally is on the field, besides my O-line, which are 97s, but everybody else on that sees the field, I believe, this guy was just, I'm like, okay, I'll just lob it up to Odell for another 12-point touchdown. And it's 40-0. This is bad. It's bad. 3 minutes left. But he only had a 90. So his was a little unlucky for him because his best overall was a 98, and pretty much my whole entire team is 99. So that is a little unfortunate. And then we faced for our 6th game Juan here, and he was 5-0 as well. And according to Gut Fox, that's how they do the matchmaking. And you notice you'll see a lot of cross manning. Maybe not so much in this game because I cut right up to the end. This game was pretty boring overall. As you see, I'm not showing like anything. We're in a 4th and 3. It's already in the 4th. You see three field goals, 1 field goal. There's not much highlights. It's field goals. It was basically like a few things here and there. Him getting a nice first down there. 4th and 3. Very, very close. Picking it up, but there really wasn't much to show this here, so I just went ahead and said, you know what, you can watch it over on Twitch if you want, but it really wasn't too exciting. It was a good game, like, obviously, but I wish who wants to watch it? Well, some people might want to watch a defensive struggle, but that's basically what it was. That was a kind of a dot. I do think they dropped that most of the time though, so I think that was probably the right way that should go. But still, good read there. Just didn't get it. And then 4th and 12, J.J. Watt. You see. That's why the looping thing is so glitchy. So it looped, and it got kind of blocked, but it didn't. Like there was a guy there, and he just like went right through him. It's so glitchy. I definitely need to look into that. I know there's ways if you slide and stuff that you can pick it up, but it's so glitchy. But we go QB draw, of course. We go ahead and pick it up. We don't even bother covering the ball because we're on conservative. We haven't fumbled at all during this Blitz event. We win. He has not won his 6th game yet. We go ahead and give him the win, of course. Not of course, but we go ahead and give him the 6th win. It does count against 10 trophies, but sometimes, a little good can go a long way. We give him his 6th win. He pulled 289s, by the way. Well, I'm not going to show you what he pulled because I don't have his packs, but he only pulled 289s, so he didn't really pull much, but that game meant nothing to me except 10 trophies, really. So I guess it meant, 10,000 coins or whatever. It meant 20,000 coins? I don't know what it meant. It meant, a little bit there. But, you know, a little good could go a long way. You know, I think that's a good message to send to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy another undefeated. We can call it undefeated, right? I apologize that last game. I was cutting it up, and I'm just like, I mean, I have a lot of footage, and I hope I explained my offense much better than I did in any other video, and my defense as well, to help you guys, you know, if you're struggling, if you're looking for some things to help you get a little bit better. There it is. Don't forget though, it's not as simple as just this is what you run. It depends. If you face good opponents, it's not gonna work. You got to make adjustments. If they're running pot sale and you're like it's just torching it, you got to know how to cross man. You got to know how to shut that stuff down. There's a lot of things. It's not as simple as just saying here's a perfect way to run and just do these things and you're gonna win. It depends. It is one of those things you gotta play to your opponent. And hopefully you guys did enjoy though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you did. If you did like it, that would be helpful. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not already subscribed, that would also be helpful. And watch, even though I said if you want to see a really competitive game, me versus the scumbag himself, Throne, over on his channel. I will link it because I'm a good friend. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma out.